and welcome! The past two videos, as well as the Amiga compact flashcard preparation video which I did a few months back, I showed you how I partition and format Amiga drives or cards, and how I set up my Amiga installs. I've been using a setup drive in Winuae in order to format my compact flash card, SD card, and install OS 3.9 or anything like this. It was inevitable that somebody says, but I don't have a setup drive. How do I create one? So I made this video to show how I created my setup drive. Bear in mind, I don't intend my videos to be tutorials, but they somehow end up doubling up as tutorials. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing what you're gonna need is all that's in the stuffies and thingies folder is the Workbench 3.1 disk, and if you have it, the Workbench 3.1 install disk. I didn't have this initially. And also, if you're installing OS 3.9, the original CD ISO, which, I bought this and I made an ISO out of it, and a file manager, bootable file manager like Diskmaster 2 or something like this, or whatever you use. Right, so first thing that we need to do is to make a hard drive, or just make a folder, and, since it's already been established, it's googly. Let's call it googly. This is going to be your setup hard drive, your permanent hard drive and configuration to set up your Amiga stuff, your drives or compact flash cards or SD cards or whatever you have. Okay, so let's go into Winuae. You don't need to do Open Administrator unless you're using an actual SD card, and today we're not, so that's fine. Okay, so configurations. What I'm going to do is instead of spending all this time setting up all these, I'm sure you know how to do this if you're already doing that. I'm going to use one of the configs like my setup hard drive and just rename it and save another one. That's just, I don't know, call it something that's distinctive so you don't get confused within my configurations. So there you go, Señorita Lima Loca, or Miss Mad Lemon, or in this case Miss Mad Lime. Anyway, we need to go inside here. It's already loaded. Go into CD and hard drives, and we need to add that googly drive here. So DH0 volume label. It's freaking googly. Goggly. Goggly. It's googly. Right, so bootable everything path. Let's go into desktop. It's googly. We have that there. Okay. Right, before we boot up, you need to put your... I'll show you, the quicker way. If you have an install disk, it makes things a little quicker. If you don't have an install disk, I'll show you the alternative. Okay, so first, with the install disk. Let's go into desktop. Where is it gone? Desktop. So stuffies and thingies. So we have the install disk that we boot from, and we have, it's gonna ask for the Workbench 3.1 disk, so just put that in DF1, and we boot up, and it should boot up, in DF, because obviously the hard drive is empty, so it'll just boot up on that. Let's make this faster. Turbo. Why is this insisting on being full screen? I never asked it to do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Okay, so we're booted in install 3.1. This makes things easier. All you need to do is kind of install Workbench. This actually comes with hard drive tools. Oh, sorry, this one. Hard drive toolbox as well, but it's an older version. If you're gonna mess with OS 3.9, if you're gonna install OS 3.9 and mess with that, I recommend you not installing this version, but installing the one that comes with OS 3.9. It's updated and it's way better. Let's go to install. English. Proceed. Yes, install 3.1. It's to intermediate user. You want to see what's going on at least. Yeah, it just said I installed it to Google. I clicked too fast. Okay, so proceed. Printer drivers now. Yeah, just put all your, whatever you want to install in it. So it'll just, what it's doing It's accessing DF1 now. At this stage, it would have asked you for the Workbench 3.1 disk. You don't need to do this at the moment. If you're want to go ahead and install 3.1 and you don't want to bother with 3.9, just install the Amiga locale in the entire set, which it asks you to. However, if you're going for 3.1, you don't have to bother with these locales. All you need is somewhere. Yes, I'm on board. All you need is an install, which kind of just boots up, just so you can start installing 3.9. For those of you installing 3.1, not interested in 3.5 or 3.9, this is fine, you can stop here. However, those of you who want to go 3.9, come with me and I'll show you. Now I will repeat exactly the same thing, what you do if you do not have an OS install 3.1 disk. So let's wipe the hard drive clean, and we'll do it the other way. So we've quit out of Winuae. Going to googly delete everything in there. This is your 3.1 install. So let's delete everything in here and start all over again. This time, for those of us who do not have the install disk, this is how you do it. Well, this is how I did it. If you want to do it like me. Okay, Winuae. Once again, we go to Señorita Lima Loca or your config. Load that. And the hard drive. Oh, I didn't save. Okay, let's do that again. So DH0. Googly. Freaking goggly. This is with me and goggly. Right. Desktop. What's the appear blank? Okay. So googly. Okay. Okay, so we have googly here. Now, you press bootable. Yes, everything fine. Okay. What we need to put in DF0, of course, assuming you don't have an install disk, is put your diskmaster2 disk or whatever bootable file manager you have, and in the DF1, sorry, put Workbench 3.1 disk or Workbench 3.0 disk even. You're just using it to access. And again, put that up there. Let me just save this so I don't have to keep doing it. I mean, this is temporary, I'm gonna delete it all anyway. Okay, so we've done that, and we've done— No! I should have said done! No! So we're going to— Why is this full screen? It's insisting on being full screen, why? Freaking Windows. Okay, we start up, it'll start up with diskmaster2 or whatever you— Start up with diskmaster2, wow, that was quick. And all you need to do is just Workbench 3.1 disk here, source, destination, your googly drive, and just copy everything across. So again, this is if you do not have an install disk. Okay, so we don't need to quit out of that. We need to quit out of the entire thing. In fact, no, we don't need to quit out of the entire thing. Just take the floppy out, both of them, eject, and I will boot from the hard drive which you've just, so we reset the Amiga, control Amiga, rolled into one button, and it comes up with googly. Now googly has your workbench inside. Now what you need to do here is you need to insert, make sure you click on mount CDFS. You need your OS 3.9 CD now. So CDFS auto mount, which is the CD drivers. Normally on a real Amiga you'd have to install that. Select image, and it's inside stuffies and thingies. And there you go. And press OK, this should appear on the desktop. Yeah. So you click on OS 3.9, and you installation. And it will install OS 3.9, create emergency disk, and you do it on a full installation over 3.0 empty hard drive, yes. And yes, okay. Yes. Cancel it on that. Accept. Thank you for the round of applause. I bought OS 3.9. Okay, yeah, googly. So you proceed, and it'll just wipe over your, what do you call it? You don't need these. Well, you can if you want, but it's 10 megabytes, it's okay. I remember once upon a time that was a lot. When we had hard drives that were just like 200 meg. Yeah, that was a lot. Now it's just like meh. See, wait for this glorious installation of 3.9 to finish. And what we're gonna need to do afterwards is just access a file, a disk, floppy disk, with your favorite file manager, whether it's Diskmaster 2 or whether it's Directory Opus or whatever it is. I've never actually got into Directory Opus. I've never actually used it. I've always used Diskmaster with Diskmaster Gold, which is the script by Gareth Murphin. And I've always found it does everything that I need it to do, so I've never bothered with Dopus. However, someone else has told me recently about, you know, Diskmaster, another file manager. What the freak was that? Proceed. Oh, did it ask to... this is what happens when my hands is too quick for my brain. I didn't even read. Okay, so OS 3.9 is installed. Okay, let's just take the disk out, eject the disk, you no longer need that. And what you need to do now is just in df1. I need to access this freaking... Can I insert a disk, please? DMS. This sucks! Cancel, let's quit this. Why is the resolution so freaking big? Go back to configurations, Señorita Lima Loca. Load. I don't know, let's just make it freaking huge so I can at least press the buttons. Now insert the file manager, because you just want to copy your file manager onto your install and then you're done. I'll probably increase the resolution as well. Freaking start is all the way here, so I have to be slick and click the button behind. Okay, so it's... There's your move. Thank you. There's your Diskmaster. This is straight from the disk, by the way. We haven't copied it yet. So we want to copy that from the disk into Googly so that it ends up being a complete system. So where's hard drive toolbox? Tools. In fact, let's put this in the utilities. It makes more sense there. So Diskmaster 2 DMS installer. Startup DM, that's the configuration files. So all you need to do is just copy all that in there. And you no longer need the Diskmaster disk anymore, so let's just kind of... Yeah, I can access these freaking buttons now. They're not coming up the screen. Let's eject the disk. Okay. Let's quit out of this. Hey! You should be gone. Thank you. Okay, so let's change the resolution, because let's go to, let me show you why first. Tools, hard drive toolbox, where are you? This thing is so big that it comes off the screen. You cannot access the other button. So let's cancel this, and let's go to the prefs, and screen mode. Let's make it all nicey for ourselves. Yeah, that's fine, that's good enough. As long as you can read the text and everything. Need to make it nicer. It doesn't matter, I'm just being... I just like things nice and colorful. So anyway, so we've done that save. Comes up as this. Oh, I'm gonna get into a mode of being so freaking... Let's make everything nice. Even though this is not permanent, I've just created this just for you lot. I still want to make everything nice and ooh, on my workbench. So yeah, so we go to tools and let's make everything nice once more. So let's go to Windows, snapshot all. And that kind of, what basically that means, what I've just done is Every time you open Googly, it's going to be nice and neat. Every time you open Tools, it's going to be nice and neat, showing everything. And that's cool. Okay, so hard drive toolbox. You have it there if you've got a hard drive. And okay, cancel. Oh yeah. Now it's not going off the screen. And obviously there's no hard drive connected or anything, so it's not going to find anything. So cancel that. That's this done. And that's your setup basically done. And if you want to use this master to copy files across to your new hard drives or between hard drives or anything, let's make this nice and neat. Sorry, I have to. So let's do Windows, snapshot, all. And there we go. We got this master here. And that's your hard drive setup complete. Oh no, what did I just do? About. Okay then, show me the about. Oh, this is the, yeah, there you go. This Master Gold by Gareth Murphy. There you go, shout out to Gareth. He's on my list. Okay, so, okay. Master Gold. Yes. It's actually a very nice script. It's available on Aminet if you want to jazz up your This Master Gold. It actually adds extra stuff like, you know, weird mod and, you know, more functions here and, you know, text editors, things like this. So it makes things so much easier, trust me. If you have got this master too, you need to have this. So yeah. Okay, so we're done. This is your startup disk. And Googly contains everything you need to, you know, do that. So let's quit out of this, and there you go. You can, I think you can convert this to a HDF. You know, if you, obviously you're not gonna alter it or anything like this, so you just convert it to HDF or something like this. So you can, you know, it's as a file then, isn't it? And yeah, that's all for now. I hope you found this useful, and thank you so much for your likes, your shares, and also do leave your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to check out my other videos and do subscribe for more. For now, I say adios.